How's it going, YouTube? So this is a new thing that I really want to start doing because my time with Clash Royale and being part of that community, still a little bit a part of it, but I found that I absolutely love commentary and kind of matchup analysis and hopefully adding to the experience of watching games for you all. So I wanted to just take some time every once in a while to watch match records and give some commentary on them, and I hope you guys enjoy. It's also good practice for me, so appreciate you guys watching, and we will watch some of these sick matches. So today we're going to be looking at some matches between Chun-Li, Yawn deck, and the Wesker Ouroboros deck. Now the Wesker Ouroboros deck is kind of like a fan favorite. You just bring big, strong, beefy dudes back from the grave over and over, kind of try to grind out your opponent that way. It's got a lot of destruction and new tools with Cruel Game alongside Living Death, like a lot of board wipes. So I think it's pretty suited to the meta, and it's also got those really high costed units, so it's kind of tough for the Ryu decks and the Morgan Force decks to deal with. But today specifically we're going to focus between the Yawn Chun-Li versus Ouroboros Wesker, and hopefully get to see how both sides of those battle opt to play. I think that Ouroboros maybe trying to look to grind the game out with their late game, while Chun-Li tries to close it out early with their quick ramp and big beaters. Alright, so for our first match, we've got Rana ranked #1 in the world using Chun-Li Yawn versus Memo, who's using Ouroboros, ranked around 1600. So this is definitely going to be a little bit skewed in Rana's favor just because he's got that rank. Interestingly enough, I don't know for sure, but there is a Rana in the community who kind of innovated this Wesker Dark Destruction deck, at least to my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, that has been doing pretty well and kind of poking its head up. So very, very fun deck, and maybe we'll do a little bit of deck tech on it. So for the Ouroboros deck, it's looking pretty standard. You've got False Thrones, you've got Rebirths, you've got the classic Tyrants, the Gormagalas for gaining life, and you've got Destruction and Obliteration and a kind of quick win condition with the Devil Joe. And you'll also notice that Memo has teched in 3 Tyrants, the 4-cost Tyrants that destroy 1 power units. So that is really, really important for the Chun-Li matchup because they play all these MP boosters which have 1 attack. So you can tell he's prepared for the Yawn matchup. We'll see how it does for him going to the game. Let's check out the Yawn deck, playing a ton of just one-ofs. We got 1 block, 1 wall jump, although those did the same thing. We've got 2 seals in the disarms, a 3rd one coming in with the tzatziki sauce. We've got 1 beast cannon, evasive action, dreams of restoration. He's keeping his deck flexible. I like it. You're seeing all the batteries in the cat, the lair, the iris, and the big boys, Rainy Turtleoid and Huitzol. And finally, you've got Natural Cycle to close out those grinding matchups. So if it goes long, Ouroboros might actually be in a pickle because the Natural Cycle is going to take everything out of the grave, put it back in the deck. The key card here is going to be the Beast Cannon because it gives 2 attack. So he can give 2 attack to his Iris unit. It's going to put it too high of an attack for the Tyrants that Memo's got to kill. So if he can draw that and get an Iris on the field, it definitely might snowball the game. So let's check it out. What I want to see from this first match is going to be from whose side shall we watch? Let's check it out from Memo's side for this match. See how he does against Rana's Yawn deck. Of course, it's going to be a giant killer challenge when you're playing against #1 in the world. So he's got a decent hand here, right? He's got the Tyrant, but he opts to switch it back. That is really weird to me. I assume because if you have the Tyrant, then you would just want to play it. But now he's kind of cycled himself. He doesn't have a way to get many of these guys into the drop, but he does have this desperate act to just flip these Gormagalas quickly. Rana is using his Beast Cannon preemptively to just kind of beef up his dude. And oh, his Seal comes out to counter the Desperate Act, but that's why we've got 2 of them, baby. So Rana looking like he or she's in a really tough position going into this match. I'd expect a Fate of the Unworthy to come out here too. No, just gonna sacrifice it. And here we go, the second one. All right, I see Memo. He's just taking it to the bank. And Memo just building up towards his Ouroboros. And Rana is just forced to just chump block and really try to get this guy off the field. A nice shield's gonna help him stall a little bit more. And Memo misplaying, going for the rebirth even though he has nothing in the drop. Yikes. But, you know, I don't know. It could just be that he wanted to see more cards, but waiting for his Gormagala to die is probably a much better option. So he goes for a second Gormagala. He's still 2 MP off. That missed rebirth could be everything here as the Felicias start bashing down on him, filling up the board. Boom. And now Rana with I think his singleton Felicia is starting to bring it back. But Memo, he's got that Gormagala flipped to Shagurumagala. He's got Ouroboros online for all the life gain in the world. And even though it looks like Rana is starting to slowly make this comeback, he's going to have to deal with the quick combo Agility Titan up top real soon. And there we go, getting Yawn, trying to get some MP back. He's got the Iris going. And ooh, there we go. The Tyrant's finally coming into play from Memo. That might seal the game there. Wheat's still coming out unascended. So this is how you can really tell when the Yawn decks are in a bad spot. They've got forced to play Huitzel unascended. Oh, I totally missed it, but up at the top, a nice Tzatziki coming out to seal that Tyrant's dead body. And it looks like Rana is just trying to recover his hand here, because he's playing these call to battles, maybe not have something good. He's almost 10 cards left in the deck. Rebirth coming out for Memo, and I know I'm just kind of saying what happens, but it's looking really tough for Rana. But you'll also notice that Memo hasn't really used his Ouroboros. I think what Rana is going to try to do is hit a natural cycle to remove Memo's drop completely. Ooh, and that gold orb could be a game changer here. We saw the 1 gold orb in Rana's list going to effectively nullify that obliteration for only 2 MP because he's got all that action. And Memo's board starting to look a little bit cluttered here. Tyrant's coming out again, but Yawn just in time. Iris comes down, and where are the Tyrants? You got to get those Tyrants in there, Memo, or this Iris is just gonna keep on building up that MP. Slowly but surely. All right, Turtle coming down. Tyrant coming down. Karen sealing. And after a really bad start, you can see Rana is just building up the MP advantage and slowly bringing this game back. He's been able to take out at least 1 Ouroboros Shagurumagala. So it's just not in the game at all anymore. And if you can, I don't know, it's tough. Like, he could either be waiting out this whole thing, where he just waits out, gets the Shaguru Magalas, then hits the natural cycle, so they're not even in the game anymore, and there's nothing in the discard. Could be pretty bad news. Memo's got more Tyrants on the field, but it's got too much HP. It's not gonna die to kill the Iris. And here we go, another Shaguru Magala coming out. This is gonna be the second one. So I think, if I'm correct here, ooh, interesting. Just force the block. He's a little bit too low on life, Rana. So he wants to make sure he doesn't take any more life. And I think we'll see the natural cycle here, because there's two Shaguru Magalas out. It's gonna nullify. It's just gonna totally nullify Memo's Ouroboros. But this game's been going on a long time. We're only a minute and 30 left. Oof, that Tyrant, what a clutch draw from Memo with the Tyrant there. He's using the false throne. He wants to get something in his drop, but the Devil Joe in his hand that we just see him draw, unfortunately he's not going to be able to get that, but it's probably going to grab a Tyrant. Oh, the last Gore. If he can evolve this with the Desperate Act in his hand, it might be the game for sure. We'll see if he opts to evolve, or what I was just gonna say, kill that Iris and try to poke a little bit more damage through. Rana on the back foot, cycling his shields out, just be like, please give me something usable. Give me something, anything, anybody, help! I need someone, help! Not just anyone. Ooh, there we go. A nice ascension there with the Karin. Gonna take out that Gore Magala. But interesting enough, it should have sealed it before it died, so he might be able to Ouroboros it back and get an evolve off. But the MP is starting to come back into Rana's favor, and he has the Beast Cannon this time. This is why those spike launches are very, very risky, because if they have the Beast Cannons and a lot of the Yawn decks are playing them, it's a total blowout. And just like that, Memo is out of the game. He doesn't have enough MP to bring it back. And he's going here for the rebirth, just praying that it'll pop out in front. No. All right, guys, Rana is back. He's on another match record, this time versus Ket. We'll see if Rana's deck has changed at all. It hasn't. He's still playing a lot of the tech cards, the Beast Cannon, the evasive action. You saw how powerful the Beast Cannon is. How powerful the Beast Cannon is, nullifying the spike launch for kind of a blowout play. And then let's check out Ket's deck. He's got more Selfish Predations than Memo did. He's still got the Murderous Spikes. He opts not to be playing the Tyrants, so we'll see how that changes up the matchup, especially because he's playing more of a Living Death variant with the Devil Joes. So Ket playing a little bit more aggressive. He wants to set up a lot of Devil Joes in his drop, in his graveyard, Living Death them out for a brutal 6-8 rushing field. And that's going to work really well against the Yawn decks because of all the Ascension. Their units aren't actually that strong if they get brought out from something like Living Death. So this time we're going to watch from Rana's perspective and see how Rana is approaching this matchup. Another Giant Killer versus Ouroboros Wesker, something that he maybe potentially just played. So I assume you send this back because it's got Natural Cycle, but he doesn't. He's got the Iris. He's pretty happy with it, and we'll just see how things play out. And I'm curious to see here. Ket probably doesn't have the spikes in hand because he didn't use it immediately. If you have him, you're gonna want to use him immediately just to take out that MP booster. And there he has it. He's just saving up for the Devil Joe, being aggressive. It's interesting here. Ket opts to go for the Fate on the other one because it generates more MP. Let his Devil Joe deal with the cat, even though he might be able to sneak some damage through if he killed the cat. Rana with a slight lead here in HP and on the field, so he's going to force Ket to play something to block here, or just not. And the Gore Magala gets sealed, the Iris comes out, and Rana is just building up that MP advantage. Yawn, you know, it just doesn't stop. Once the train starts, it don't stop. But he is in a little bit of awkward situation here. I'd expect an evasive action. Oh, interesting. I assumed he would evasive action his own unit on the Turtleoid to get up to 410, but he just goes for the straight up Karin and opts to evolve that into a Hoitzel. Just keep the units flowing, which is pretty interesting to me. He also goes for the Yawn on the Hoitzel, most likely predicting that Ket wants to destroy it. Now you can see why this man is number one. And he's gonna go ahead and reset. See, this one I don't know. He's resetting the Gore Magala back to a 3/7 when he could be getting his Rainy Turtle back to a 4/10. Doesn't make sense to me. And now he's in a sticky spot too. He's gotta play a Hoitzel. Just doing. Ket's gonna get back his Devil Joe, and now Rana is just playing defense. Maybe it'll all work out eventually, but I'm just so curious. It could also be that he doesn't want the Gore Magala to die because Ket's already at such low life. If it dies, he could potentially Ouroboros it back and start gaining life with the Shaguru Magala. It's always important to keep in mind that life difference as well. Seal doing work. Seal is the enemy of that Tyrant, but he does have the predation. Double Seal going down. We'll see if another predation comes out. That could be big. Another one does come out. And now Ket's gonna get his life back. He's gonna go back up to 15, kind of nullify what Rana was trying to do, preventing the evolve, preventing the Gore Magala from dying. But now with the orb on the Rainy Turtle, it should be able to effectively deal with this Tyrant. And dude, the thing about the MP batteries, the fact that they have shield is so frustrating, because they just kind of just keep living. Just keep living. That Turtleoid, Ket's like, that Turtleoid's been doing enough. I don't want it anymore. I don't want it on the field anymore. It's pissing me off. So he opts to just kill it. And now Rana knows he's in a good spot. He or she. Yawn coming out, building up even more MP. Man, it's so crazy that you get the Yawn MP off of Ascending. Jeez. Boom. Okay, so the Gore Magala does come out here again. And this is where it could start flipping around a tiny bit for Ket, because he could flip that Gore Magala, but look at that. He's only got 2 action response MP. Only has 2. Oh, Beast Cannon blowout. This is actually why, if you guys have been following my Road to 1K vid, what? I guess he really just doesn't care about that unit. I'm so confused. Rana's too big brain for me. He opts to go on the Fishman to provide even more pressure, seeing that Ket has no MP left. 0 MP whatsoever. And somehow he managed to pull off 2 rebirths. Oh no, he did an Uro and then a rebirth, just to save his skin a little bit. But this extra pressure, you can see this is why Rana is is number 1 and I am number like 700, because he knows that his opponent is on low life and he wants to just keep pressuring and keep that advantage up. But Ket does get that activation to on the Shaguru Magala, and this could be a turning point for Ket as he starts to build up that life again. And we got Rana running out of cards in deck, probably cycling to get that natural cycle online eventually. Failed his call to battle. Not a good look. Boom, he's gonna get a burst of MP there. Just goes straight into the send. Those quick fingers, man. I didn't even think that he would have enough time for that. That's crazy. And just like that, Ket left with not enough MP to respond, even though he at so many moments you thought he might be able to bring it back, start gaining. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that commentary. Let me know if it was exciting for you, what I could do to improve as a commentator, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and many others. Plenty of free-to-play style decks coming, more Road to 1K, and plenty more of these. Rana, just, you know, that situational awareness is very, very important. So I hope you guys take some notes. I certainly did. Keep on learning from Rana in this case. Keep on having fun. I'll see you guys in another video, and have a wonderful day.